It showed up without warning, tucked between harmless videos, its thumbnail so ordinary it almost felt deliberate. Just a face, centered too perfectly, eyes staring forward, unblinking. No title. No creator name worth noticing. Only a frozen timer at 30 seconds and a caption beneath it that read, "Most people don't make it past 10. People scrolled past it without thinking, but something about the stillness lingered, like the video wasn't waiting to be clicked, it was waiting to be noticed. Curiosity won, as it always does, and once the video was opened, there was no sense that it had begun. Only the feeling that it had already been there. The screen stayed silent. No instructions. No voice. Just the eyes and the timer counting down. 30 seconds felt manageable at first, almost laughably easy. Blinking didn't matter. Breathing didn't matter. Only looking away did. The eyes on screen never moved, never blinked, never changed, yet they felt wrong in a way that couldn't be explained. Around the halfway mark, an urge crept in, not fear, not panic, but pressure. Like standing too close to someone who refuses to step back. When the timer reached 0, the screen cut to black, and a single sentence appeared. Good. Now you know how long it takes. The comments were the next mistake. They refreshed automatically, filling with reactions that hadn't been their seconds before. People joked, bragged, dismissed it as fake. Others were quieter, confused, asking questions that didn't have answers. Some comments were left by accounts that no longer existed. One mentioned a street name that felt uncomfortably familiar. Another said simply, "It noticed you." That was when the sense of coincidence began to fade. Watching it again felt unnecessary, but unavoidable. This time, the eyes weren't exactly where they had been before. Only slightly closer. Close enough to notice. The timer still read 30 seconds, but the countdown felt faster, as if time itself was eager to finish. When it ended, the message had changed. You looked for the change. That counts. The realization arrived slowly and unpleasantly. The video wasn't static. It was responsive. Messages began arriving from strangers. Some asked how long it took before the feeling started. Others warned never to replay it. One message contained nothing but repeated timestamps, all from the same moment in the video. When asked what they meant, the reply came hours later. That's when it stood up. The account vanished before morning. Turning the phone off didn't help. Neither did stepping away from screens entirely. The eyes appeared in reflections, in dark glass, in moments when attention drifted just long enough to notice something watching back. It wasn't following. It was waiting. And waiting felt worse than pursuit ever could. The timer appeared without the video. Faint at first. Reflected in a window late at night, counting down from 30 as if it had always been there. Panic forced a glance away, and the numbers vanished. But the next time they appeared, the count hadn't reset. It had continued somewhere unseen. There were people who claimed they'd won. Entire threads dedicated to them. Their profiles were active, cheerful, reassuring. Nothing seemed wrong until their photos were examined closely. Every image showed their eyes centered perfectly, no matter the angle. In videos, they never blinked naturally. Something about them felt finished, complete in a way people weren't supposed to be. An archived version of the upload finally surfaced. The original description was mostly gone, but fragments remained. Blinking doesn't matter. Looking away is refusal. Attention is agreement. The truth settled in quietly. The challenge wasn't about endurance. It was about consent. The next time the video played, the eyes moved. Not tracking. Not reacting. Adjusting. The timer appeared inverted, counting upward instead of down. Looking away felt like breaking a rule that had never been spoken. When the screen didn't go dark, it felt like disappointment. Accounts began disappearing faster. Creators stopped posting. Commenters vanished mid-thread. News reports mentioned missing people without context, without connections. Online, the pattern was obvious. Offline, no one wanted to name it. A message arrived from the uploader. Or what remained of them. No profile. No history. Just a question. Do you want to understand, or do you want to be safe? The pause before answering felt measured. Counted. Understanding came without comfort. The challenge didn't create anything. It revealed something that already existed, something shaped by attention, sharpened by focus. Looking away starved it. Watching gave it edges. Identity. Form. The eyes became more than eyes. A suggestion of a face formed around them, never fully resolving. The timer extended beyond 30 seconds. Much longer. Long enough to feel like an invitation instead of a test. Avoidance became strategy. Never looking directly. Never fully turning away. Screens angled. Reflections blurred. The appearances slowed. The thing learned patience. Learned how long it could wait. The world changed subtly. People held eye contact too long. Faces lingered in advertisements. Cameras framed eyes with unsettling precision. The challenge had escaped the screen. Or maybe it never belonged there. A final video was uploaded. No image. No face. Just static and darkness. Nothing to focus on. The reaction was immediate. Anger. Confusion. Demands. The pressure returned heavier than before. For a brief moment, everything went quiet. No eyes. No timer. Relief spread like a held breath finally released. Then people started searching harder. Rewatching. Refreshing. Absence frightened them more than presence ever had. Stories require attention too. Reading is a kind of looking. Imagining is enough. The safest choice would be to stop now. The hardest part is realizing you haven't. There is no ending. Endings hold attention. This stops instead. No reveal. No closure. Just a choice. Not to stare. Not to endure. Simply to look somewhere else, and mean it.